Now on the APEC VIP hotline, cutting-edge training for the serious athlete, apecgo.com. Joining us right now, the head football coach of the Gilmer Buckeyes, Coach Jeff Traylor. How you doing, Coach?
We're good. We're good. How are you guys?
Doing well. Thank you very much for talking to us this afternoon. We appreciate it. 3-1 now. How do you feel about where your football team is right now?
We're still not very good, but we're getting better. We're getting better each week. We're just so inexperienced, and we're just kind of yucky. I mean, if you had to watch us play, you'd be just like, ugh. It's kind of hard to watch, but we've been fortunate to win 3 games and kind of got whacked on pretty good by Plano.
How did you win 3 ball games being yucky?
We play hard. We've been fortunate. We've been very fortunate a couple times, and we could easily be 1-3. We're just really excited to be 3-1.
Now, tell me about the Dangerfield ball game, because that's the most lopsided game on your schedule so far. 43-14. Looks like you handled them pretty well.
It was 14-14 at halftime. They had the ball inside our 20 right before half, so it wasn't near as bad as it looked. Second half, we had some good kickoffs and some good covers, and we caught the punts and returned some punts, and we were just played on a short field most of that third quarter and got ahead. And it was still ugly. I think we had 12 penalties for 120 yards. We just got a lot of stuff to clean up, and we're working hard at it. I just hope that we can get it done before getting this district of ours.
Yeah, no kidding. A district of doom is no place to be going in playing yucky, as you say. Tell me about the youth. You talked about how young your football team is, and I know you lost some key people off of a really good football team last year. How young are you, and talk about the process of trying to get these guys to grow up in a hurry.
Well, we had 43 points scored Friday, and they were all scored by sophomores.
Wow.
So that kind of shows you what we're doing. We're going to be okay. If we can just hang in there that open week. I've told our kids we need to try to at least get 2 out of these next 3 ball games, and we've got Gladewater, Chapel Hill, and Henderson. If we can get to the open week and get that week, I think we're going to be pretty decent by the end of the year. We just, out of our probably top 18 kids on offense last year, 15 of them were seniors. So we've only got 3 kids out there that have been playing, and it just takes time. They're good little players. They're not bad players. We just got to do a better job coaching right now.
Is this the youngest team you've ever had to deal with, coaching at Gilmer?
No, it happens quite often because we're so large senior class usually.
Mm-hmm.
We just got some pretty good sophomores right now that deserve to play, and it's pretty common. It's just I don't know that we've ever had this few. I know when Stump and them graduated in 09, that 2010 team, we jumped up there 2-2 starting the year off. We were yucky to watch. I could think back through the years. 2004, we lost about 31 seniors. In 2005, we were kind of hard to watch for a while. 2002, we lost a ton. So, yeah, through those 13 years, you're going to have years where you lose tons of seniors, and we just had one of those years right now.
Well, one of those years, but you're still 3-1. Talk about some of the things that are going well for you right now.
Our defense has played good all year. We've been very injured. We've had 6 starters out on defense. We're starting to get some of those kids back. That's going to help. But our defense has played well. That's what's kind of held us together. Our special teams have been pretty good. And offensively, we just kind of gotten a little bit better each week. But we just got a long ways to go. So defense and kicking, probably the reason we won 3 games. And our offense we're close to getting it right. And when we get that right, we're going to be okay.
Talk about some of the kids who have performed for you that maybe you weren't expecting to do big things, but have surprised you so far.
My quarterback play has been really well by Tanner Barr.
Mm-hmm.
We thought that'd be a little bit of a slower learning curve, but he's been ahead of schedule. That's about it on offense. The rest of them are a work in progress, but we're getting close. My center, Dylan Sampson, offensive line, Brady English, Trey Washington. Those are all seniors that played some last year. Chase Tate played some last year. He's played well. Defensively, our nose guard, Xavier Fuel, has been very consistent. Josh Walker, outside linebacker, has played well. Our linebacker play, we're getting some linebackers back this week, some senior starters that have been out there. We still got about 3 or 4 more out. But we're getting some kids back slowly, and hopefully, my kicker's been good, Pablo Oliveras. So our defense and our kicking game and a few kids on offense.
Well, it sounds like you've withstood the adversity so far.
You just don't know. Gladewater's a lot better right now. Coach Ball's done a fantastic job. Dalen Max, a Division I defensive tackle, he'll be one of the top recruits in the country. He's a sophomore that's fantastic. Their quarterback's big time good, old Derek Daniels. They've got a receiver, old Nate Johnson, is very good. And those guys have just gotten better every year over there. So we open up with a tough one, and we got to get this one under our belt. It's going to be a big Friday.
I want to ask you, too, about just the rivalry, because there's only a few miles separating you two guys, and it's always been a hot rivalry. Talk about that and how that goes down.
Well, they've played us tough every year. I mean, it's our 13th time to play them, and every year we play them in a row, that is, since I've been here. They get after us. And no matter what their record is or what ours is, it's always been a pretty good ball game. And they're going to get after us this Friday. The kids all know each other so well. You got the same colors, Gilmer, Gladewater, same size town. They had a great tradition there. We've got some tradition, so it's just a really exciting ball game, and that place is a good little place to play because it'll be packed out over there Friday night.
Now, they got knocked off last week by Atlanta. What do you know about that ball game? What did you see in that?
Well, Atlanta's very good. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Webster's kid's very good, and they hit some passes on them. And Gladewater turned the ball over. Whenever you turn the ball over and give up big plays, you usually lose. And they turned it over and gave up some big plays. So those two things are pretty important statistics when you're studying a football game, the big play battle and the turnover battle. And, Gladewater lost that battle Friday, but they were still in the ball game, and it was a very good ball game right down to the end.
What are the matchups that concern you the most?
Well, obviously the defensive tackles they have are very good. Anthony and Mack. The free safety is a good ball player. The offense for the quarterback, you got to stop him somehow. The receiver is very good, Johnson, and Price runs the ball hard. Finnegan's a good offensive lineman, and Dennis is a good offensive lineman. So they've got good players, and Coach Ball has them playing physical. They'll hit you in the mouth. They're tough kids, so we know it's going to be a great game Friday.
And how tough is it playing over there?
They beat us there in 2001, and I think double overtime. And when we go over there, it's always a really good ball game. So, it's always tough to play wherever you play nowadays because everybody's thinking good. So it doesn't really matter where. We haven't played at home but one time so far. So we're used to playing on the road.
Young, playing Yucky, have only played at home once. You're 3-1. I mean, it's not that bad, is it?
If you had to watch the video I'm watching right now, you would disagree. But you're right. I mean, you got to get your kids are excited because you're 3-1. I don't know if our community's excited. Our community's never excited unless we're undefeated. So I don't know how excited they are. But we're excited because they're young kids, and I know I'm going to be coaching most of these kids for a long time. So that the investment we're making right now is going to have huge returns. You just hope we can get some return this year.
Well, it's looking like it's off to a pretty good start so far, but I understand where you're coming from. But Coach, we wish you the best of luck Friday night. It's going to be a great game, as it always is when Gilmer and Gladewater meet. We do appreciate you talking to us.
Thanks for what y'all do for high school kids. It's what makes it all fun.
Thanks a lot, Coach. We appreciate it. That's Coach Jeff Traylor from Gilmer on Bryan Houston Sports Radio Live on 99.3 Talk FM.